Hello friends, in this video tutorial I am going to write my first Java program, and then we will compile this program and execute this program, and after that we will try to understand the basic code and structure of Java programs and some few things related to the Java program. To write any Java program, we must need an editor, and there are so many editors are available for Java programming like NetBeans, Eclipse, but I strongly recommend for beginners that we must start Java programming with some basic editor like Notepad. So I also start my programming with Notepad. So to open the Notepad, I just go to the Start menu and Notepad. Yeah, here is my Notepad. I'm just going to write a program. Class and test, curly braces open, close, public, static, void, main. Main is a method. String S is capital in string, and square bracket open close args bracket close, curly braces open close, and system S capital in system dot out dot print ln, which is a method is used to print, and hello world, or you can write any string in double quotes and end with semicolon. Now after that we need to save this program. To save this program, just go to the file option and in save menu, or you can use Control S shortcut key for saving this program. Save and choose location where we have to save. So I just select in F drive, I create a new folder and give this folder Java program, and in this folder I will save my program. One more thing we need to remember that while saving this program, you have to select the file type all file. Otherwise your file will be saved in .txt extension, but for Java file extension must be .java. So here I will give my file name test. One more thing, it is also recommended that you should save your file name with the class name. Means class name and file name should be same. It can be different, but it is recommended that it should be same, and file extension must be Java, and save. Now my test.java program is ready to compile and execute. For compilation, we use command prompt. So to compile this, just open the command prompt, cmd. So first of all, you need to go to the location where the program is saved. So my program is saved in F drive and cd for change directory, and Java programs is the folder name. And in the Java program, now I can compile my Java file. Let's see one more thing. Just open this folder in F drive, Java program. Yeah, here is our test.java. Now for compilation, we have to use Java C command. Java C is basically compiler of Java. Java C and then file name test.java. And whenever you just press the enter, now you see that when I compile this file, and just before this next prompt appear, here test.class file is created. So what happened exactly, when you compile any Java file, Java C compiler check the error from .java file, and if there is no error, then it will convert the code into .class file. So here this is our compiled file. If there is any error in the .java file, then this error will appear there. For example, I just delete this semicolon, and again I save this file. Whenever you make any changes in your program, you must need to save program again, but your program will not ask for name. It will ask for name only first time. So what I did, I just deleted the semicolon from there since I had made an error in this program, and then I just compile this program again. So Java C test.java and enter. Now you will see that there is error is showing this command prompt. So what is this error? in test.java file, it is a line number, and error is semicolon expected in system.out.println hello world, and this is the location, and it is the counting of error. So this compiler, if there is a error in your program, this compiler will give you some basic information, that line number, what is the error, and approximate location of the error and counting of error. So what we need to do, first of all, we need to go to the program, correct our error, and again save the program, and again go to the command prompt and again compile this code. And if there is no error, then your prompt appear. So here is your compilation process is complete. And now to show the result of this program, we need to execute this program. And for execution of this program, actually we cannot execute the .java file. We need to execute the .class file, because .java file is not understandable by the computer or operating system. So that's why we have compiled this code and generated the class file. And now this class file is executable file, or we can say it is a machine instruction. So to execute this program, we need to write java space test, and we need not to write .class, and just enter it, and you will see the hello world is output of our program. Now this is the complete compilation and execution process of Java program. For compilation, Java C command is used, and for execution, Java is used. Now to understand the code of program, just go to the program, and here the code class test. Here class is a keyword and test is the name of the class. Java is purely object oriented programming language, so that any executable code, any method, any variable, or any other things we must write in a class. In purely object oriented programming, we cannot write any program without class. That's why first of all we need to write a class. This is the opening of class, and this is the closing of class. And in this class, we have written a method main. Actually, in Java programming, to show the beginning of execution and end of execution, we must write a main method. A main method shows that our program execution starts from this bracket and ends with this bracket. All the code written in this pair of curly braces will execute and give you output. There are some more keywords with main method. There is public, static, void. So let's try to understand one by one. There is a public. Public is basically a access specifier, or we can also say access modifier. Basically, public access specifier is used to access the member of class from outside the class. It means if I want to access this main method outside the test class, so I must write this main method public. Actually, whenever I try to execute this program, when I execute this program from there, Java test, so actually what I have done, I have called the main method from this command prompt. Command prompt is basically a program which is outside of this test class. So indirectly what we are doing, we are calling the main method of this program. And if we are calling this main method from here, this is the outside of the test class. So we must write this method public. Even if we don't write this public keyword, Java runtime engine automatically treated this main method as a default method. And static keyword, actually in object oriented programming, to use any method of class, we should create an object of that class. But when we are executing or calling indirectly main method from here, we have not created any type of object. So if we want to call any method of any class without creating object, we must declare this method static. And void is a return type of this main method. With these terms will be more clear in some other tutorial when we'll talk about the methods and their return types and other things. And string args, basically this is a dynamic array, and string is a data type. It is used for command line arguments. This will also be seen in some other tutorial. And here is the only one statement which is executable and give the output of program. So it is a system.out.println. System is a package and out is a object and println is a method. Println method print the string written in double quotes, and ln for line change, and it will change the line. So this is the basic structure of our program. I hope you understand this code. Now we will see the compilation and execution process in some more detail. For this diagram, we will try to understand what exactly happened in the compilation and execution. This whole portion is compilation, and this is for execution process. So whenever we write a Java file, we must save this with a .java. Means this is our Java code, and after this Java code is compiled by Java C compiler. Java C is the Java compiler. And whenever we compile this .java file, we will get a .class file. This class file is a bytecode file. Bytecode is basically a machine instruction, which is not exactly the machine code, but it is in the form of machine instruction. And this is our complete compilation process. After the compilation, this .class file is sent for the execution, and at the runtime, whenever we execute the program, first of all, bytecode is verified by bytecode verifier. Code verification is the process in which the bytecode is checked by runtime engine that it is safe to execute. It should not be act like a virus. And class loader load the old inbuilt classes which is specified in the code. And whenever these two tasks performed by runtime engine, then this code will be forwarded to the JIT compiler and Java interpreter. .class file is not exactly the native code or not exactly the executable code. It is the machine instruction. So to make this machine instruction executable, we must recompile this code at the time of execution, and we required JIT compiler for that. JIT means just in time. Actually, just in time means compilation at the time of execution is known as just in time compilation. So that's why we call this JIT compiler. And after that, our interpreter will execute the code line by line. Basically, in compilation, whole code is compiled at once, and the final executable code is generated in a single time cycle. And but the interpreter takes the code line by line and compile and execute this code. So interpreter will give one by one instruction to the runtime engine, and then this runtime engine execute the instruction with the help of operating system and hardware platform. And these whole components are known as JVM, Java Virtual Machine. There is some tips about programming. Some common errors in initial phase of learning programming. Mismatch of parentheses. Means at this time we have written a very small program, so there is no much bigger issue of parentheses. Every time we need to remember that whenever we open a parenthesis, we must close the parenthesis, either in the class or either in the method or any other structure of Java code. To make this efficient, we must use some indentation. Indentation means if this main method is inside the class, so we must put this main method somewhat inside the class so that it is clear that this parenthesis is for class and this parenthesis for main method. Otherwise, all the parentheses will come in a single line, so it is very difficult to recognize that which parenthesis is of class and which parenthesis for the method. Another common mistake is of semicolon, missing semicolon at the end of a statement. Sometimes we usually forgot to mention the semicolon at the end of program. And case sensitivity. Java is a purely case sensitive language. The best way to learn the programming is writing a lots of program on your own. Try to write a program that prints the following lines on the screen along with the quotations. So here is your first Java program and how to compile this and execute this. I hope got some idea about the Java program. Thanks for watching this video tutorial.